lovelies, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Q&A with the Grumps. I am here with the Game Grumps.
The Game Grumps.
And we're here to answer everybody's most frequently asked questions. I have a whole list of everybody's questions, and we're answering them here today. Now. And we're doing it live.
It's not live.
The first question is for Danny. Dan.
Sorry.
Are you done with horror games after playing PT?
Horror games?
Horror games? I'll never be done with horror games. Horror games. Fucking PT.
Did I say a word?
No.
Okay.
Shit. PT was one of like the scariest experiences of my life. It was really, really scary. Although, like, I'd say, what was the Indonesian one we played?
That was a Dreadout.
Dreadout.
Yeah. There has a sequel out we never played.
Fuck. Dreadout was equally scary. Like when that like white woman would like scream at me.
Oh yeah. And the thing that ran down the hallway at us, like
it was only screaming at you.
Yeah.
Like, us in the room are like, oh damn.
But also me screaming next to you made you freak out as well.
Yeah. Like horror games, like I just have a hard time with them. You know, like I didn't like watch a ton of like scary shit growing up, and like I don't have. It just haunts me. It haunts me too damn much. That being said, like people love it when we do it, and I there are parts of looking back on that PT episode that I think are super funny. So I'll subject myself to it, just not too often, so I can live a long and healthy life.
You know who else won't play horror games? Barry.
This guy.
Barry hates horror games.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, depends on the game.
Like if we can force you to do it, but it was like pulling teeth getting you to play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I don't like the helplessness in a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Like something like Dead Space where you get scared and then you blow it to smithereens, I'm okay with. But Five Nights, you're just waiting for it to happen, and that just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I'm still caught up on the idea of horror games.
Horror games, absolutely.
And just like would they have like an organized event where they like get all the horrors together and they compete and different.
That sounds demeaning.
Wasn't that a movie?
That's like real profession, Susie. You're delegitimizing the prostitution.
Yeah. You'd love their kind of sack race.
All right, well let's go on to the next question now. All right, so the next question's for Arin, and Ben or something, I guess, asks, Arin, from what I gather from Sequelitis, you tend to be opposed to heavily story-based movie-like games. Do you think that games aren't conducive to storytelling, or that most games just implement it the wrong way?
Whatever you say is wrong.
I think you hit it on the head with movie-like, because when you were gonna say, when I heard story-based, I was like, no, but then you said movie-like, and I was like, yeah, yes. But there are a lot of games that sort of turn my head on what story in games can be, particularly like, I'm really interested in dating games. Well, because the aim of it is to actually pay attention to the story and then sort of answer questions based on what you know about the story. So the story is important to the game itself. But and I'm sort of lightening up on that concept. I still don't like cutscenes. I think they're sort of superfluous. But yeah, I mean, anything that peppers a game with emotion or feeling, I'm fine with.
All right. Well.
Sorry for that downer.
Oh, God.
Those are solid answers.
I hate video games.
There you go.
All right. Well, that's what everyone on the internet wanted to hear. All right. This one's for Arin and Dan. Who has the most patience between the both of you? My vote's on Dan.
What do you think, Arin?
It depends on what. I think we have different levels of patience for different topics.
That's interesting.
Who has the most
Go
patience
further.
for me?
I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, obviously, when it comes to games, I have very little patience.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't know, with like maybe you. I'd say we're probably even on a lot of levels, and then with games especially, I have little patience for.
Yeah.
I have little patience for technology.
When it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Which is all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. When it comes to people, I have a lot of patience. Work, I have a lot of patience.
Yeah, we're pretty mellow guys in general. I get frustrated at games too. You know what? There's very little in this world that pisses me off other than like people who are intentionally dickish for no other reason than to be dicks.
I'm gonna get a cricket ball in your face.
Yeah. What's that?
Nothing.
That one time that Ross threw a ball at your face.
Oh yeah, I was pissed.
That was the only time I've
Well,
ever
that's
seen
not
Dan get
patience.
mad.
That's just reactive
No, he said
anger.
there's not very many things that get me mad, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it did take Ross throwing a ball super hard at my face for no reason and with no warning. Yeah, I got a little cheesed off at that one. I guess I have a short fuse.
I think it's just about people being aggressive. It bothers you.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, that was a downer.
We're having a bad time.
All right. So next question, which will probably take up the rest of our time, is how did you guys meet, and why did you guys decide to make videos together?
I guess.
Gay bar and
Well, I don't know. We met. Well, you guys were dating when I met you.
Yeah.
When you.
So I guess we can start from the beginning.
Okay, I met you on Newgrounds.
Yeah.
And when we were like 17.
yeah,
And
we
started
actually met in person
in 2008
at Anime Expo. Yeah.
And then I was coming back and forward every year, just kind of visiting for conventions and stuff, and staying with you guys. And then when I came to stay here, I was a big fan of NSP, and I introduced you to NSP, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you kept meeting up with Dan, but I never got to meet Dan. You're always like, oh, Dan was just in town. I'm like, fuck, why didn't you tell me? Like, I really wanted to meet Dan because I'm a big fan of NSP. And then
I'll get to one day.
Yeah, and then eventually I did, and I was like, oh my god, so nice to meet you. I love your work.
Ross, I remember the first time we met, and like, because it's weird to think that you were a fan of mine at one point.
At one point.
Well, yeah. But like, I remember when we first met, you had like that fan look.
Yeah.
Of like, oh my, hey, I'm Ross.
I was a huge NSP fan, man. I loved NSP. I still love NSP.
I fucking love you, man. Like, it's just so funny to think back to that time because it wasn't insanely long ago. It was like 3 or 4 years.
You guys had 1,000 subscribers when I started following you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I was fucking OG.
Way to get in on the ground floor.
Man, all right.
Yeah.
And then through that, I guess I met Barry through John, and then Kevin. Well, Kevin just came through the hiring process, but I'm glad I met him.
Yeah.
They picked me up off
Yeah,
the street.
off the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we won't let you leave.
You little scamp. Steal your hat.
Aw,
3/4
sassy
turn from
hat.
Maximum Gangsta.
I met Arin when I was 13 at an anime convention. And Arin was 16. And then I met Ross when I was 17.
Well, that's not the whole story.
You started
Oh,
talking to me.
okay. So the whole story.
I was trying to hook up a friend of mine with Susie.
I
No
was
way.
like
Yeah.
a big time cosplayer in Florida at the time. Cosplay was different back then. And his friend had a crush on me, and Arin was like, I'll help you like meet Susie. And then his friend got cold feet and
just
like
bailed.
Yeah, and he left me alone with Arin. I was like, Arin, be part of my cosplay group. I need someone to hold up the sign. And then I became really good friends with Arin, and we've been together ever since.
Yay.
Crazy.
Yeah, so we've been together for 12 years now. I'm married for 2. Almost 13 years now, actually. And then when I was 17, I went with Arin to Anime Expo after I graduated from high school, and I met Ross.
Were you really 17 then?
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
Wait, because you were 20. Oh my god, you were.
Yeah. Sometimes Aaron's 3 years older than me, sometimes he's 2 years older than me, depending on the time of the year.
Wow,
Yeah.
you were.
So-
Depending
yeah.
on time portals and wormholes.
And when I first met Ross, he...
I gave you a koala.
yeah, I had talked to Ross on Skype before,
And I
but...
lied to you about some stuff.
Yeah, Ross tried to like lie to me that people in Australia didn't have cars and TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't fall for it.
I also
but,
I told him the drop bear thing that I bullshitted to
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Drop there?
Drop
You remember we were
bears.
playing.
That's for another video.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
But Ross gave me a koala when I met him for the first time.
It wasn't a real one. It was,
It was like
plush
a plush koala. It was really sweet. And then he was never sweet ever again.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, was it like close
it
to
was
your
my birthday. Yeah, my birthday's always on IX.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
yeah.
I met Dan because when I was like 21, I met Dan because I had done a lot of the coloring on the Dinosaur Laser Fight music video.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And after the video came out, I think I finally met Dan for the first time. And, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just had a flashback to meeting you for the first time.
I lived in Burbank at the time. Yeah, with
Yeah,
Aaron.
yeah.
We lived in that tiny little apartment. It was crazy.
Wow. I completely forgot how we all met.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I didn't.
And then I met Barry through John. I remember I went over to John's apartment one night with Aaron. I think we were going to get food or something. And Barry had just moved in from New York. And Barry
Yeah.
was like sitting on the couch going crazy because Jock John's bird was like in the background, just like
Oh yeah, that was the first time you met Barry.
Yeah.
No, we met like once before. We got sushi.
Yeah, but Barry, this was like the official time we met, and Barry was just like sitting on the couch, like going crazy because this bird is squawking in his ear repeatedly.
And I was playing Fez.
He was playing Fez, and he was like writing out the code, and he was like, I think I finally, like when I first met Barry, he was like, I think I finally did it. I think I finally cracked the code.
Like this scrawl.
Yeah, and there's like paper all over, and he's like losing it, and he hadn't eaten like all day because he had no car, and he was just trapped in this apartment.
I had nowhere to go. I didn't have anywhere to be, so I was just playing Fez, and a bird was squawking at me.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, Susie.
So yeah, that was like I think when we officially met. Yeah.
Yeah, because I first met Arin at a live stream at Gerard's house.
That's right. Yeah.
Through John. And
Michael
then
Berry
we worked
was there,
together on the
Dodger.
Malkovich video.
Yeah.
Which that was at your guys' birthday place. That's when I like met you, but we didn't really talk or anything.
Right.
And then after that was the whole Fez debacle. I met Ross shortly thereafter.
And you met me a few days before. And then you met Holly a few days before I got married, and then I invited you to my wedding.
I met Holly the night before you guys got
That's
married.
right. And then I invited you to my wedding. So just come, man.
Yeah.
That was right.
And I was like a big fan of Holly, so I was like, hello, and then I was at her wedding the next day. It
Yeah,
was
that's funny.
bizarre. I met Dan at a Halloween party, I think.
We met at the Halloween party at your and John's place, and
No, I think it was at Arin and Susie's.
It was at our place. Yeah.
Oh, was it your place?
Yeah,
Okay.
you like showed up, had a cup of tea, and then you're like, I gotta go to bed. Bye, everybody.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I'm 75 years old. And then actually Barry and I, the first time we actually hung out was, God, this shows how long ago this was. It was when Ross and I first started doing steam trains, but they were months away from like going up. We were just practicing basically.
Yeah, basically.
And at the time I was editing them myself, but I didn't know how to edit. So Barry was like, I'll teach you how to edit. And so I went over to his house, and for like 3 hours, you just sat there and like taught me like the ins and outs. And I just remember thinking like, this guy's really nice. I hope he does all of this for me for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And your
crazy.
dreams came true.
Everything worked out great.
And we pretty much all met Kevin basically like almost a year ago now, right? Has it been almost a year?
No.
August 1st will
Get
be
the fuck out of here.
Really? You've been here a year?
Whoa.
Happy birthday.
We
Got you a hat.
we put out an ad looking for an editor. We didn't say who we were.
Oh, yeah, this answers like a question that I've been getting
Oh yeah.
frequently.
Do you want to go for it?
Yeah, sure. So before Game Grumps, I was working at BuzzFeed, and great place to work at, by the way. Nothing but good things to say about them. And then, like I said in a past Q&A, I was freelancing a bunch, and then I applied to like hundreds of places. One of them was these guys, and then I didn't even remember that I applied to them. And
What?
Wow, I didn't know that part.
yeah, especially because like you guys put it up, and it was like, let's play YouTube channel in Glendale, California, and I'm like, well, whatever.
That sounds
It's
stupid.
a video editor position, and then I got contacted by Arin, and then fucking Skype interview. The Skype interview was so funny because I just got off work, and then I was like apologizing, and I was trying to be a little professional at first, but then I gauged like how this interview was about to go, and he was like, "Sup, bro." I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, you like video games? I was like, yeah. And then he's like, how often do you play? I'm like, only all the time.
What a fucking dream interview.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I remember Arin was like in the living room like interviewing you, and he had like no pants on. He only had like a shirt
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
It's the magic of Skype.
And after Kevin, because I interviewed a couple people, and after Kevin's interview, I was like, yeah, this is the guy.
Yeah.
I think we didn't even like do any. We just like canceled the other interviews.
What's funny is like Arin asked me like, so I hear you edit. And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, that's cool. And he's like, animation is more my thing. He's like trying to be subtle about it. And I didn't, like, I had seen Poke Awesome before. And it didn't hit me until afterwards that you made that. And I was like, oh shit, he made that video that I've shared with like pretty much everyone in campus. So,
Aw.
yeah, it was cool. And then when I met the rest of you guys, it was like...
I was like,
The
I don't know.
first meeting?
I when I first saw you, I thought there were child labor laws. Like, you know.
Thanks, man. I was about to say our little nice moment when we met. It's like when you and I met, we like hit it off right away because you were wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt. So we talked about Ninja Turtles, and then we talked about Legend of Korra and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we were jamming about Korra.
Yeah.
We were like making guesses that none of them came true.
Yeah, and then the first time I met Dan, he walked through. He was like a little bit late for the meeting. Well, no, you weren't late for the meeting because it was at your house. But I guess you were like using the bathroom or whatever, and you come out and you're like, "Oh, you're Kevin. You're our new."
Did I say that?
Yeah.
What?
Oh God!
I did not.
Yeah,
That could not be. I'm not. We're gonna have to bleep that out. I'm pretty sure we can't say that. It's fine. It's fine.
I met Kevin at the meeting at Dan's house the day before I got my first tattoo.
Oh,
Like I remember like showing up at the meeting. I'm like, guys, I'm getting a tattoo tomorrow. And Kevin was probably like thought I was like crazy or something. But,
I love
yeah.
tattoos.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to get one of my own. I just don't know what to get yet.
You should get a spider pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
yeah.
All right. Well,
across your chest.
can we bleep that out again? All right. Well, that was the.
Bleeped across
That
the
is
chest.
enough.
We never talked about how Dan and I met.
Or please make it fast.
Oh, sorry. Jeez.
Recording this one's just run out, so I think that one's good. Do you want to keep going just on this camera?
Yeah, we'll
Oh.
just keep going on this
Yeah,
one.
we'll just
sure.
we'll finish it out on the wide cam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave Jack's beautiful voice in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Say something in Irish.
Hi now, Brian Kai.
I don't think that'll pick up.
Did
But
you just say how now, brown cow? Oh, I thought you were gonna say something in
that was
in
Gaelic, yeah.
Like Paul
yeah.
Mahon.
Oh no, that's what I was gonna ask to say. Is hi now, Brian Kai.
I love it.
that's amazing.
Have you guys heard?
Jack, would you come around and do it into the mic?
Where's the mic?
Yeah.
Any of these?
Come on camera,
This is our
Jack.
buddy Jack.
This is Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Hello guys. Into here.
Yeah.
He's
He
Irish.
looks like Adam Levine, right?
Hi now, Brian Kai. I freaking want to.
Oh wow, we need some ASMR videos.
Can I tell a funny story about Jack really quick?
Well, hold on. We gotta do it.
Sorry.
I never told Jack this story.
Next time. Real fast. How did we
Yeah.
meet?
Ross introduced me to Ninja Sex Party. I said they were awesome. I was listening to them all the time when I was playing Minecraft.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was weird. I was building Disneyland,
Oh,
Disney
I was
World.
watching you build that. Yeah.
And then I think I just was like, these guys are awesome. I got to reach out to them. So I just sent a YouTube message to them and I was like, hey, I'd love to work with you or something if you ever need anything. Also, if you come to LA, hang out with us. And then you responded to that.
Yeah, it was strange because normally we wouldn't respond to something like that. But
Yeah.
there was something about your approach that was very genuine and very like cool. And I just happened to be in LA like the next like 2 weeks from then, and I was very sick at the time, and I was having a rough go of it. And then like we met and we got sushi, and it was like the nicest thing. And I was spending time with my uncle at the time, and I was like, I made a friend, and it was like this big bright spot in like an otherwise like kind of shitty time. So and look at the wonderful things that came from it.
Yeah.
So,
Aw.
yeah. Everything works out, everybody. Hang in there.
Do you still have time?
All right, yeah.
No.
Tell your Jack story real fast.
Okay, all right. So I never told Jack
We're
this story.
already 10 minutes over.
It doesn't matter. It's the internet. They don't have to run ads after this or whatever. It's
Okay,
not,
go.
there's
Go
another
for it.
like
Go for
Friends
it.
isn't on after this.
Tell the story.
Anyway, so we were doing our Guns of Icarus brand deal we did, right?
Yes.
And Mark was around doing it with Jacksepticeye,
Yeah.
Right.
who's Irish.
Yeah.
And then like
His name is also Jack.
Well,
It's really Sean.
yeah,
But he goes by Jack.
But he goes by Jacksepticeye. So we were sitting in here, and I didn't know what your name was. I just knew we had a buddy coming in, and fucking they go, oh yeah, like Jack's in the other room, and Jack was doing the Guns of Icarus thing with Mark. So I thought, oh, like Jack's over from Ireland? That's super weird. So I walked outside and I went, oh, Jack, nice to meet you, and shook his hand, thinking that was Jacksepticeye.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't.
It was another
Jack. And he was Irish.
named Jack.
I didn't know.
Stop yelling at me!
I'm sorry, but he looks up at me. He's like, "Oh yeah, nice to meet you." And I'm like, "Oh, that's got to be him. He's Irish." And then I walk back in. I was like, "What? So what's Jacksepticeye doing here?" And they're like,
No. It got
Yeah.
even more confusing because
Yeah.
you said, "What is Jack doing here?" And we were like, "He's here because he's he's the new intern.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? And he's our intern?
was
What
so
doesn't make any
confused.
sense. So we're like, no, you idiot.
I thought he was here recording. I thought he must have been in like another room, like hanging out with Mark, and he just came out. I was like really confused. I just got there.
Yeah.
That really
All right.
happened.
That was a very
Sorry,
confusing day.
Yeah.
But I think that wraps up this episode of Q&A with the Grumps. Tune in next week for another fun episode of us answering your guys' questions. If you guys enjoy these videos, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video next week. And if you have any questions that you haven't seen answered yet, be sure to leave those down below, and maybe we'll answer them next time.
These are getting more and more ridiculous.
You
Did
guys
you
hear
have something to say?
Jack's?
Bye.
No.
guys.
Oh, okay. Well, bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Oh, no, brown cow.
All right, let's get you a
Ho no
another
brown
SD
cow.
card.
Oh, no.